Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So today I have a somewhat silly plan. There's actually two things I want to try when we go into the Sunward Isles. And well, I'm fully expecting having to leave halfway through the dungeon with how silly this plan is. Particularly with how one of the heroes is going to work today, but we're gonna test it out. Actually, with how she's positioned, how she's equipped, she should be positioned in row 2. But we're gonna find out today. And that's gonna be the story, is I'm gonna find out. So, today's party, we're going into the Sunward Isles to actually just pretty much activate the Omibozu, is to activate the 3 unlit lanterns, which is actually a story quest, more or less. The Forgotten Festival. The Lord's castle is near completion. To speed along construction, he ordered the locals to ignore the Lantern Festival. This has angered the local yokai to try to please them by lighting local lanterns. If I remember right, this gets another enemy into the Sunward Isles, kind of like the Onabi, but it's a different one, kind of like floating lanterns. So I'm going to be using the Tattered Parasol on Baliol that we got in the last episode, alongside the Bones. The Bones ups his dodge and his dodge multiplier by combo point. So with the plus 10 dodge and then that plus 20% dodge as a base, this puts his dodge at 63. Now he's going to get plus 10% more dodge up to 40% more dodge per combo point. And then once we go into the Sunward Isles, he's going to get plus 20% more dodge on top of this. He's likely going to be hitting the dodge cap. Or I'm not sure how high this is all going to go. And just so everyone is aware, there is a base 5% chance no matter what to hit. So regardless of how high his dodge is and regardless how high the accuracy is on any enemy, that is why he is going to be getting hit, like, no matter what. So there is always a small chance of Baliol getting hit, regardless of how high that accuracy realistically goes. But this being said, he's not getting any plus damages, or his poison knife isn't getting bonkers damage like normal. So we're kind of relying on the dodge and the riposte that the Bones gives when we do dodge. We'll see kind of what happens here, but I'm kind of going to be relying on Poison Knife and Hemorrhage, because I do want those combo points unless I'm finishing off a fight. Next, Sahar the Duelist. This is the biggest wild card I have, other than the fact that everyone's a little bit squishy and I am relying on the dodge. So Sahar is going to be starting off with Flesh. Now, she starts off in aggressive stance. And when I use Flesh in aggressive, I get plus 15% damage and 5 crit. However, I usually don't use defensive stance on the Duelist, just because I don't like switching back and forth. And when you are in defensive stance and you use Flesh, you switch to aggressive stance and you activate a riposte. This is the biggest crux that I don't know what is going to happen here, so I'm gonna find out. I'm really gonna find out. Now, the reason I am bringing up the whole defensive stance thing is because we're using Academy Ring along with the Instructor Cape to get the bonus for the Crimson Court bonus for her set. The full set gives plus 50% riposte to damage. However, on attack, apply all defensive stance effects. So when we're in defensive stance, we should be switching to aggressive stance. However, on attack, we switch to defensive stance. I'm not sure what applies first. If we use Flesh, we switch to aggressive, but when we attack, we switch to defensive. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be perpetually in defensive, or if I can use Flesh to still switch back to aggressive. Or if I have to attack, switch to defensive, and then I can still use Flesh to switch back to aggressive. Do you see the reasoning here? Otherwise, I still can use Touche to get plus damage received or minus their damage, and I still do have, again, to get an extra turn on someone's attack. Next up, we of course have Finn, because lowering their accuracy on top of the fact of all the dodge we're going to be having, because like Baliol, Sahar has a lot of dodge because the instructors keep giving plus 18 dodge. So this is just going to make it so they don't hit us even more often. Every time I hit with Invoke Enra, I'm minusing the entire enemy team's accuracy by 8. Now I have the Grifted Book of Secrets on once again to make sure I'm hitting every single enemy. On crit, I'll Cure Bleed and Blight, and this time around I have Machiek's Head on. This makes it so I have a better chance of debuffing enemies, and on attack hit will debuff their dodge if they're blighted, so I hit them more often. And since both Baliol and Audrey can do Blight, I have a better chance of that landing. Speaking of dodge, we also have Audrey decked out with dodge trinkets, so she has a base 65 dodge. However, when attacked by yokai, she gets plus 15 going up to 80, and then the lower her HP is, the higher her dodge is, getting plus 10 more dodge if she's below 50% health, and plus 10 more dodge putting her at 100 dodge if she's at death's door. So you can see how everyone's dodge just goes through the roof except Finn. And then I'm also going to be lowering accuracy, so this is kind of a gamble on the fact of I hope they don't have a high enough accuracy to hit me, but if I am, I'm boned. I'm also going to be using different skills on Audrey here. I usually don't dance with her, but we're going to be using Thrown Dagger, Poison Dart, Shadow Fade, and Lunge, because Shadow Fade gives a plus ton of damage, and if for whatever reason I get ambushed because I don't have a map, I can Shadow Fade into Lunge or something else. So, let's go find out how half of this works. I do expect I'm not going to get hit by a lot here. And if it does, it's really going to wreck me. And then, this is just a medium, so I don't need that many torches. I am going to bring Anatheniums here for plus debuff chance and plus blight chance on everyone. And then that'll be it. Yeah, this is the one that gives Chochin, or unlocks the Chochin. So Chochin can consume light to stealth their enemies. However, this quest is a little weird in the fact that it doesn't necessarily have Chochin in it. It's a little bit random, but they can appear. But the last time I did this quest, I think the last 2 times I did this quest, Chochin did not appear. So, let's see how this goes. I'm going to do both of these side rooms just to see if there's unlit lanterns. Invoke Enra, lowering accuracy. We got a crit.
Executed.
Looks like we got it. And dodge going off. I will want to see how flesh works, so I'm going to go at the Kappa. Got my riposte. It looks like I'm still in aggressive. I am going to ambush for 2 combo points hitting the Kappa.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And then it's just Thrown Dagger taking Kappa out. The one thing that I'm really expecting here is I'm not going to have a lot of attacks, so fights are going to go on a little bit longer. But I'm going to have the dodge to do it. See, Baliol's already at 90 dodge. Yeah, I still am in aggressive. So let's go at the Yurie. Lowering accuracies again. That was the one I kind of expected to hit because Finn does not have dodge. Thrown Dagger at the Kasa Obake, because that's when I'm going to have trouble hitting. Go riposte. You know, this is even going to help me keep stress down. And that's our fight.
As the fiend falls,
Dusk Maven sends her regard indeed.
blossoms.
Alright, so I'm going to take the Mon bundle. I'm going to take the mediocre woodcuts after I stack the food. and then we'll continue on. Yeah, we are default party ordered. So that went better than expected. I did expect to take a little bit of damage and stress there.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made
Although
clear.
I do guess that we do have quite a bit of dodge and
Ambushed by foul invention.
minus accuracy. So we'll see how far this food takes us. Oh, hi! I love the, Oh, I can't remember his name, though, but I love this little guy in the background. I love the quirks he gives us. So the Hayakume is going to be a problem. We're going to ambush hitting the spitter, because I don't want that blight. He's not blighted yet, so we're going to hit the Hayakume. That should lower his dodge, actually. Oh, he didn't get the thing from Finn. Flush for the riposte. There we go. I love the fact that that was a miss. Hemorrhage for plus damage received. 50-50, or I can try to blight him. Let's blight him. And then I can... You know what, let's disengage moving back so I can do flush next turn. Just do throw and dagger for now. Invoking Enra, lowering their accuracy. I was planning on taking out that Casa Obake, but chances are I'm going to get it with a riposte. Yeah, we can lunge.
Well struck.
You know, the one person I was not expecting them to attack, and then therefore I would not have gotten the riposte. Well, Invoke Enra takes them both out. I guess not, but Hayakume still goes to Blight.
Their cursed champion falls.
Alright, default order.
A trifling victory, but a
Taking what we
victory
can.
nonetheless.
Let's see, I do want the artifacts and such. So, with how things are going, I'm going to be stupid. I'm going to get rid of the anti-venom. I'm not going to get rid of the bandages just because of traps. Minus 20 accuracy for 11 rounds. Yikes. I think that was from the trap. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of the torches either. I'm just trying to think if I want to take those emeralds, but we can leave it. Because I think I want to stock up on the major Omamori as well. And with you, let's go Sahar. Hakutaku. Splendor again. That is plus 10% accuracy, 15% speed. That's actually pretty good on Sahar. Not gonna lie. 10 speed. Accuracy bonus. Map inside. Cool. You know, there's a quirk I've never gotten from taking the barrel of blades. and not using the bandage. I'm going to try for it. And I get tetanus. You try for a 1% and instead you get a disease. I think it's actually lower than... No, I don't think you can go lower than a 1%. I thought this was the trap. I wish they would differentiate. I think they actually do. Come to think of it, it's just they look so similar. Actually, we'll do that. And then... Screw it. What's one disease when you can get two? So if anyone's... Excuse me, allergies. If anyone's curious, the quirk I'm going for, and I've never actually seen, I'm not sure what it does. I just know that I saw it in the table when I was looking up other things for Sunward Isle stuff. It's called like the Cursed Blade or something like that.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
There we go. Ambush on Shoguru. And then we can flush it. Getting the riposte, and then no riposte for the Dora Tabus. Go riposte. Go riposte. Alright. Let's hemorrhage one with more health, because that's plus damage received. Disengage might take out Doratabu. Actually, the Touche is a plus damage received as well. And a move back. If we don't take it out, we still move back anyway. If I lunge, I might take out the 1 and 3. They have the same health. Let's go for the 1 and 1, because it has plus damage received on it. And then we'll just Combusting Talisman.
Devastating blow.
It sounds so happy. So happy. Let's make sure it's not happy anymore. Combusting. And it can burn in the hole it made for itself.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can...
As much as I want the deeds, we'll leave them. This gets me a second major. Gets me an extra inventory space. Going to the left because that's a quest location. Hey, Onabi. So lowering accuracy, hitting everyone. Flesh hitting the... just because we can the Urie.
A singular strike.
Ambush Onabi in 3. Kind of figured it would be a miss. We'll lunge, hitting Onabi in 3. There we go. Not sure how you stab Flame and actually get a hit, but you know, you do you. Let's Shadow Fade, just because I can. Touche just to move back. See if we can't get the Militia. Hemorrhage, there we go. And this one may hurt. That one hurt indeed. The one person that could get hit by it.
Obliterated.
We'll take the Onyx over the gold.
So too will resistance.
Heal up Finn a bit. Default party order, once it gives me the chance. And Ceremonial Lantern. Kinda surprised these didn't stack. Okay, going up. Hunger check. There we go. Torch up. What's in the bag? Take the ruby, take the sapphire, take the food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Torch up, take the serenity.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Head on down, then go to the right. This is working out so much better than I intended. I was expecting with my luck I would be getting a few 5% crits, and the damage actually isn't all that bad considering.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Like, I was expecting fights to go on longer than 3-4 rounds. Just because no plus damage received or, like, anything to up blight amounts and such like that. Oh, yay, map. Okay. Well, quest location here, and then quest location has to be at that bottom. There's nowhere else it can be. Torch. We'll go up to the quest location, loop all around, get everything. There's no reason not to. Okay. Flush getting Unabi, just so they do less damage. Invoking Enra, just so they have less of a chance of hitting us. We are going to throw and dagger. Screw it, we'll lunge hitting a Hiki. Then ambush hitting the same Hiki.
The ground quakes.
You missed. Go riposte. Hey, he got a riposte too. If I do Fan of Knives, I'm not going to do too much to the gunner. So we'll just up damage received on the Hiki Crab. Guess we can lunge it for now, just because that's gonna create a corpse. I have a stupid plan, so we're gonna do again on Finn. That's the person I was hoping you wouldn't hit. I was hoping for a riposte there, but invoke Enra. Then invoke Enra again. Suppose you were out of stealth, but that doesn't really matter too much. Combusting Talisman.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
And then Stabby Stab, Everscrate. Cackling Bird, all fun. Okay. Default party order. Then eat some food. Take the Koban. And we're fine. Chest. Take the sapphire. Up we go. Hunger check. There's not much I can do to this one, so I'm going to leave the shrine bell. Hey, Bakekujira. So we're going to take out the Shoguru first, just so it doesn't give the Bakekujira a riposte, lowering their accuracy. We're gonna blight him for now, just for the funsies. And then we're gonna flush the Shoguru.
Precision and power.
So glad that works the way I wanted it to, and not the way I thought it was gonna work. Then I go straight back into offensive. Oh, the riposte put me in defensive. Yikes. Lunge, just for damage. Touche, up damage received, go back. Actually, that's going to lower his damage now. Because we're in row 3, Poison Knife. lower accuracy. Go riposte.
Decisive pummeling.
And then flush. I think throw and dagger will do the job for me.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit.
Come on, bundle.
Unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
I don't think we need anything there. Secret room back there I can go back to. 1... Might be 2, 3. Yeah, we'll use the firewood.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable.
Eat until we're full just for the food.
Rats in a
Or
maze.
heal. Detect traps for minus party surprised. Unearth a hidden for the plus artifact. I can cure a disease. Might as well. And let's just do meditation for the plus damage on Sahar. Extra key won't help, but sure. Let's do this.
The light.
Okay, secret room.
Promise of safety.
Got an extra fight, but that's fine. Gonna lunge at the Kappa. Lowering accuracies. Taking Kappa out? Nope. But that is what flush is for. Go. Oh no, that's not a repulse, that's a stress. Very surprised these three have not been hit. It's only been Finn.
Decimated.
And the crits keep coming. They keep on coming. Kasobake has a lot of stealth though. Or dodge. So that's kind of to be expected that we got a dodge there. Sahar got hit with a 70-some dodge. There we go. That's what I was expecting. Alright, take what we can. Default order.
This expedition at least promises success.
We can bandage it. I don't need to heal. Realistically, I'm not going to give her anything off the emerald. And then secret room. Key up. Taking what I can here. You know what? I'm gonna be a little stupid.
May we find victory.
I don't see a wall here that needs the torches. So we're gonna get rid of them. Oh wait, I need to go in this room. I need to actually use this item. And now I get an extra fight because of that. With just maggots and a Shoguru. Alright, well, taking Shoguru out.
Inspiration.
Movement.
Yeah, take Shoguru out, and then the other two can get the maggots. There we go. Leave the gold.
Success. So
Vault order.
clearly in view.
Actual fight.
Merely trick of the light.
Lowering accuracy. Gonna ambush onto... You know what? I'm gonna try something different here. We're gonna go at the Odoroshi. Gonna leave the Shoguru for last. Flush onto Nozuchi, because screw the disease from him. Throwing dagger on it. Doratabu gets a riposte, but what's the chance that's actually gonna hit me? Touche, up damage received on him. Lunging at Shoguru just because damage and someone else is going to take out the Dortabu here with Finisher, Ben of Knives. And then Combusting Talisman. Set the drum on fire. And throw a knife.
The blood quickens.
Taking what we can. Another Koban. That's amazing. Ooh, I want the Serenity. I don't need shovels. Looking at this, I don't need the shovels. Default order. Heading on down. Oh yeah, I got rid of the traps. See, I don't see a clear difference between this one and the Curio one. Am I missing something? Like this little piece on top is the same, the chain looks the same to me, the drum looks the same. It's the same asset, isn't it? You just have to know what you're looking at. Ooh, Hulking Hayakume. So since I get plus accuracy at this level, I'm lowering it. Ambush hitting the Dortabu, because I'm going to want the Dortabu down. Lunge can't hit it, so we're going to do Throw and Dagger. One piece at a time. I was not expecting the crits. Oh, inner join hit. That's gonna be bad. And then that hit. Okay, lunge hitting the Oni. Curing the bleed. Poison knife on Hayakume. Lowering dodge again. Or accuracy, rather. What is the plus accuracy they get there? At, just shadowing. So I was dodging, like, everything up until this point. Oh, other skill, she gets a minus dodge from this, gotcha. If I poison knife, someone else can take the Oni out. Plus damage received on Hayakume. It's not going to work out well, but... Touche taking out Oni. Bandage again. Lunge. Now it's minus 20 dodge. Combusting Talisman, just because I'm not going to get the debuff off. Like, they are hitting every single attack now. Thrown dagger should do the job.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
That's a little scary. Not gonna take anything there. Fault order. See, I was gonna go down to this last fight. Maybe that was just a fluke. But I went from... You know what, I can use all the food. I went from dodging everything to getting hit almost every single time. It's only a single plus accuracy and damage. Let's see. Let's take out the Shoguru just because the retaliating rhythm. I'm not going to risk it this time around. There we go. And then invoke in our lowering accuracies. There we go. Alright, taking out Hiki Crab. Fan Knives does the job. Just Kappa left. Lunging. Need to do 11 damage. I'm not going to do that, so lowering accuracy again. And because I can't do what I want, just blighting it, that's going to override the restoration. Plus damage received. And, Cloak of Shadows, I guess. Good dodge, good riposte. There we go. Taking what we can.
Seize this momentum. Push on
Leave
to
the rest,
task's
default party
end.
order. 4 Kyrios, and then we can complete the quest. Once again, worked a lot better than I intended. Little sketchy there at the end because all of a sudden we were getting hit like crazy, but worked a lot better than I intended. I thought that was going to be like the entire time.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as
Because if I get a hunger check right there, I'm going to be mad. But it was going to be well deserved. Ooh. Ushihei, Shoguru, and then the Hayakume again, man. Taking out Shoguru, because I don't want the retaliating rhythm. Lowering accuracies, that's just for Shoguru, Ushihei. We're gonna lunge at the Ushihei. So just Hayakume, Shoguru, and then if I ambush, we don't get the Shoguru unless I crit. But we can get it next turn. And it can't be guarded now, which is a thing. But did get that off. I should have went right for it. Throne Dagger just to take it out. Alright, now the mess begins. So I'm not going to debuff it, but I can Poison Knife. Blading. Yikes, okay. You're just gonna move back then. Enro. Just to do damage without it hurting us. That's for 2 rounds, gotcha. Let's move you forward so you can do Shadow Fade next turn. And we're gonna pass just so I don't get that riposte going off. Cloak Shadows. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Combusting Talisman. Blush for the riposte. An aggressive stance. Ambushing. I didn't get what I wanted there, but that's fine. Lunging for the damage. Combusting. And 3 Blight takes it out.
A death by inches.
Taking what we can. I no longer need the bandages, so we can take the gold. And I think we're good. Lantern complete. So, 15,000 gold reward. Got the Fearless Pendant for the Hellion, that's plus protection, plus max HP. It doesn't have a stun chance, making it good for other estates. That's not too useful here. And a very bad downside for me, particularly of minus 35% damage and on friendly skill marked target, so she does turn into a very good tank. Not particularly something I'm looking for on this estate, however, it is a very good trinket nonetheless. I do want to point that out. Next up, Vagrant's Pick for the Jester. Minus 20% dodge do want to point that out, is not plus. And then plus 25% stress stun if minor Omamori is in inventory. Not something I can really use on this estate. So one downside, one thing that I can't use on this estate, but on friendly skill Clear Horror. And since his friendly skills can be AoE, that is very, very useful. Grand total of 49,900 gold and 6 busts. Belial got hard skinned, replacing Ruins Explorer, so plus 10% protection. However, he does have very, very low health, so that's not the best thing. And Audrey got Cove Explorer, replacing Sunward Tactician. He did not lose the Hakutaku Splendor, which I love. I am going to lock that in.
My obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
So that's plus 10% accuracy, 15 speed. 10% accuracy on Touche is roughly 11 accuracy. On other moves, it's somewhat more or somewhat less depending, but nonetheless, that is huge. And then the plus speed is roughly 1 speed on her. Nothing I want in the Nomad Wagon. It did level up the Sunward Isles just a little bit. Precision Bandana for the Arbalist actually is not bad at all. I might go get that. Otherwise, it's leveling up the Sunward Isles, which I would have to go and do along, but I could get the Ancestor's Coat, which is huge. I could go and level up the Cove a little bit, which I need to do. Or I could just knock bosses off the list, which I think I kind of want to go get the Gibbering Prophet. So that's probably what's going to be next on the agenda. I love the fact of the Omen Seeker going and doing that, lowering his accuracy with Windmill Chakram. that was just so fun. And then I could probably bring Corbin again, doing the same thing with El Light. That was just amazing. I'm not sure who else I would bring, because I do need to get to the boss, and that's gonna be a thing. But I have ideas. So that'll probably be the plan for next time, is going to fight the Gibbering Prophet. Just having fun with Esmeralda and Corbin here, just because that was really fun how I did it last time. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it this time around. I have a few ideas of how to fight him. It's just, I'm not sure how or what I want to do, if that makes sense, but I have a few ideas. So that will be the goal, I think, and then we will go from there, just knocking another boss off the list, because realistically, that's kind of what's left, is just the champion bosses. And then, I mean, leveling the Cove a little bit, leveling the Sunward Isles, but there's not much of those left. And honestly, I'm not sure if doing this quest levels up the Sunward Isles at all, but I do need to get it to level 7 to get the Omibozu, the Roaming Raiju, and everything else, so I'll probably be doing that sooner than later, but I am going to be picking off bosses when they do have fun little trinkets. So we'll go from there and have fun. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please have a good one.